Welcome and good afternoon to all our child development students and your families and friends. On behalf of all the child development faculty, I'd like to extend a hearty congratulations to everyone. I know we're in uncertain times and you all have come through this past semester successfully. We're all so proud of you. It was a pleasure and an honor to have been chosen to walk with you in your academic journey. This is an inflection point in the nation and also for you personally. Remember the lessons that you've learned over this very difficult semester. Reflect on all the elements that helped you to be resilient. Remember, as you continue your journey, to safeguard your mental and physical health. Don't ignore the word development in child development. As a developing person, honor your process and continue to have a vision for yourself. Continue to define who you are in this world and continue to dream and never be limited by other people's limitations or expectations. We have faith in your capabilities, and our experience with you confirms you have the ability to fulfill your dreams. Congratulations, graduates. And now I'd like to introduce our illustrious Department Chair, Professor Dulitz. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Longmore. That was beautifully said. I just wanted to take a few moments to acknowledge the faculty of the Child Development Program at Pierce College, and I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been a part of your education, students. All of the faculty members, whether they're full-time or adjunct, whether they're teaching in the day or in the evening, everybody has done an amazing job of pulling together and providing you, the student, with such high quality education. And in this semester with quarantine, everybody has put in the extra effort, the blood, sweat, and the tears of learning how to provide this high level of education in an online format while everything is kind of changing all around us. And so I just wanted to say thank you to the entire faculty of child development at Pierce College. And to the students, thank you so much for all the dedication and everything that you have contributed. Thank you for staying with it, even in this semester where, again, all the rules are changing. You stuck with your classes, you stuck with your assignments, you were flexible, and you made it work. And so, thank you. You made it. You're graduating, and you deserve every ounce of respect because you have gotten yourself to this point and you're ready to take that next step. And so, from the faculty of child development at Pierce College to you, thank you, and we appreciate you. And this is a small token of our thanks. I'm going to share the screen and go through just a few highlights of students who have been part of my journey the past couple of semesters through practicum. I've had many students go through practicum with me, and practicum is the class where you really see everything kind of come together. And so for every student who's ever had me for practicum, I thank you so much. I've grown just as much as I've seen you grow. And just because you're not specifically mentioned in this doesn't mean that I didn't appreciate all that you brought to my classes. The first student I'd like to recognize this semester is Victoria Colino. Victoria was in my CD22 class this semester. She was in the class of quarantine, and so really showed her flexibility and her ability to kind of stick with it no matter what rules we changed and how we ended up getting her hours and getting her to work with children. Victoria first started at weekday preschool, and then when the quarantine happened, she transferred gracefully to teacher Jacqueline and really grew in this aspect, contributing ideas. Victoria is a very quiet student, but very, very thoughtful, and she will be graduating and moving on to CSUN, and we look forward to seeing her someday as an occupational therapist. So Victoria, Congratulations, and thank you so much for being in several of my classes. Azure. Azure was one of those students who I think I had in one of her first classes at Pierce College, and then she's kind of come back and forth as she's completed all of her classes for her AA. Azure had me last semester for Child Development 22, and she did her practicum at Caterpillar Cottage and grew so much in that position. She was also graceful enough to go on my Crazy Skills USA adventure and came in second place, and we would have competed at the state level if we hadn't all been quarantined. And so Azure is one of those students who just needs to know the right answer, is deeply thoughtful, will ask questions, will come to my office hours, will spend time really thinking deeply, and she's just one of those students who wants to know and wants to do it right. And those are the type of students that you just know are going to go out into the world and really make something and really change children's lives. And so Azure, thank you so much for being part of my practicum experience, and I really appreciate you. I wish you the best as you transfer on, and I wish you the best as you become the occupational therapist or wherever life takes you. Thank you, Azure. Carolina. Carolina was also in my practicum last semester, and Carolina was placed at Nessel Elementary School with Professor Glucksman, and she was also on my Crazy Skills USA adventure, and she placed first place in Skills USA, and again would have competed at states if we had the opportunity to have a state championship. Carolina is another student who's very, very quiet, but this semester I have to say she has started to really ask questions in some of my other classes. She also is a very thoughtful, very dedicated student, and one of the highest praises I can offer is when you are in Professor Glucksman's practicum at Nessel Elementary School, and Professor Glucksman comes up and says, "Oh, this student is so amazing," you know that person is very, very good with children. And Carolina was one of those students where Professor Glucksman was just so excited to have her in the placement. And I completely agree. Carolina is soft-spoken and so wonderful at listening to children. And so Carolina, congratulations in all of your next steps, and thank you again for being part of my practicum experience. Gabriella Lawrence was in my class this semester. She was also with Victoria in the class of quarantine. One of the things that struck me most about Gabriella is how determined she is to get where she's going. We had difficulty with finding a placement based on how far I could drive and where Gabriella was placed and her full-time work schedule. And Gabriella worked tirelessly to locate a high-quality preschool that was willing to allow her to do practicum so that we both could, she could drive and I could drive there, and we could really make it work. And she was determined to make this happen for herself this semester. And that is a quality that nobody can teach, and that is a quality that will take a person so far in life. And so sadly, she was only able to do a few weeks, and then after quarantine, she was placed with me for practicum. But Gabriella, I appreciate your thoughtfulness in all of our conversations during quarantine regarding the videos and the experiences that we were discussing. Again, your determination and your need and desire to understand and to get it right and to do it correctly is going to take you places, and you will be a life changer in many children's lives. I know it. And so, Gabriella, congratulations on transferring to CISA next semester. Sitlali was a student of mine who I think I had very early in her career, and she kind of hopscotched around and took practicum with me, and I thank you for it, Sitlali. Sitalali always came to office hours. Even if she wasn't taking a class with me, she would come in, she would check in with me, ask questions. We've had some really good conversations about life and conversations about next steps. And Sitalali was also placed with Professor Glucksman at Nessel Elementary School. And the same with Carolina. Professor Glucksman came up to me that semester and said, "Oh, this student, she's so good with children." This is high praise coming from Professor Glucksman. Sitalali always had children all over her when I went to go visit and to observe her. She listens to children, she looks them in the eye, and you can tell she wants to be there. And children feel that. So Sitalali, I know you're going to do amazing things and have a great time at CSUN. Congratulations, Sitalali. Maria. So Maria, I apologize if you didn't do it at Blythe. I'm going on memory, and so I'm so sorry if I have the wrong school listed. But Maria was a student of mine for practicum, and she was already working, and she had found a placement for herself, and she ended up working in a class with children with special needs. And this was something where I saw so much growth from Maria. She was very reserved in the classroom, but when I saw her working with children, she just lit up, and you could see the children felt so comfortable with her. One of my best memories is she was doing a project with pumpkins and pulling out the seeds, and there was one child who was gagging at the texture, the idea of touching the seeds, and she was unfazed, patient with that child, and by the end of the project that child was touching the squishy seeds. And that's the kind of teachers children need, that patience, that understanding, and that ability to just kind of quietly sit with you until you feel comfortable doing it. And Maria is that teacher. And so Maria, I appreciated all that you brought to my class, and I know that you are going to do amazing things, and congratulations on moving on to CSUN. Good job, Maria. Thank you for being in my class. Emma was a student of mine this semester. She was in the class of quarantine. Emma was working at CCRC and had started her practicum work at CCRC at the Sepulveda location until quarantine happened, and then she finished her practicum with me as her master teacher. And I just remember watching Emma in her videos and reading Emma's learning plans and just thinking, she really knows what she's doing. She just has a way of really capturing what children are interested in. You can tell she connects with children, and it just flows effortlessly. And so Emma, I'm so thankful that you were able to be flexible and patient with me and stay engaged in the class. And I really appreciate everything that you were able to bring to our practicum class this semester. So congratulations, Emma. Next student is Blanca Villarreal, and I have to say, Blanca did not do practicum with us at Pierce College. However, I'm teasing. However, Blanca did do her practicum at Mission College. She took a few classes at Pierce and a few classes at Mission. And I know, having my career started at Mission College, and so I know that if Blanca was doing her practicum through Mission College, that she embodies the quiet patience and confidence that Mission College and Pierce College are famous for. And so Blanca, congratulations. You're transferring to CSUN, and I know that you also are going to make a difference in children's lives and do some amazing things and carry on the legacy of Pierce and Mission College in respect with young children. So thank you and congratulations, Blanca. So I just wanted to say congratulations to all of my practicum students from this semester, from past semesters. I know that you all are going to do amazing things in children's lives. You are going to carry on everything that you've learned at Pierce College, and you're going to set that example and be that model wherever it is that you may land. You are going to affect so many children's lives and change their lives for the better. And for that, I thank you and congratulations. And go on to your next step knowing that you have a fan base at Pierce College and that you can always come back and know that you're supported and loved. So congratulations, class of 2020. And now I would like to pass it on to Professor Drellin as she introduces her practicum students. Thank you.
I am so pleased to honor my graduating students in CD22, and I have a PowerPoint I'd like to share with some of my students that taught me so much semester, and I'm hoping that I made some kind of a lasting impression in their life too. So without further ado, let's see if I can share my screen. And all right, first off, congratulations. We know our future is in very good hands. The first graduate I'd like to talk about is Natalie Akala. Natalie was a student this semester in what I like to call my Resilient Spring 2020 class, also known as the COVID-19 class, practicum class. Natalie began her work at Weekday Preschool with teacher Kathy, and after March 19th, she worked with mentor Jackie Snow and myself to complete her hours. Natalie has shown flexibility and is cheerful and has a comforting presence in the lives of children. Natalie is transferring to CSUN this fall to pursue a degree in child development. Some of her strengths are her thoughtful presence and active listening. She also makes delightful and appropriate videos for young children, and she made many of them, and they were all sensational. Congratulations, Natalie. Here's Angelina Alvarez, or Alano. Angelina was also part of my Resilient Spring 2020 practicum class. Angelina has began her work at Weekday Preschool with teacher Leah, and after March 19th, continued her hours with mentor teacher Mayuki and myself. Angelina has lots of pep and energy. She has a let's give this a try and see how it goes spirit. Her mentor teacher at Weekday Preschool commented that Angelina is like an effervescent bubble. Angelina is transferring to Cal State University Northridge and is going to be in the field of applied developmental sciences. Some of her strengths are her passion for life and her continued desire to learn and grow. Congratulations, Angelina. We're so very proud of you. All right, our next graduate is Marianne. Hey! Marianne was also was a student in my fall 19 class. I had her before the COVID-19 hit in CD22 as well as many other classes. Marianne completed her practicum at Granada Hills Preschool, and they loved her so much they hired her. What's not to love about Marianne? Marianne is thoughtful and reflective and is truly passionate about best practices for children. She understands the importances of relationships in this field and demonstrates this daily. Marianne is also transferring to CSUN this fall in the field of child development. Some of her strengths are her patience and sensitivity to the individual needs of children. Congratulations, Marianne. It has been truly a pleasure having you in so many of my classes, and I'm going to miss you. Lots and lots of love. All right, moving right along to Jennifer Carballo-Lovis. Jennifer was also a student in my fall 19 CD22 class. She did her field work at Little Dreamers Care Center, where the children's primary language was Hebrew. Despite this, she persevered, worked very hard in relationship building, and was a positive influence to the school. Jennifer has a gentle and kind way about her, and the children gravitate to her. Jennifer is also transferring to CSU Channel Islands this fall. Some of her strengths are working with children, are her patience and her sense of calmness. If you want a calm person, Jen is your girl. Congratulations, Jennifer. Our next graduating student is Isamar. Isamar was also part of my Resilient Spring 2020 practicum class. She was already working as an assistant at Stanley Mosque Elementary School on the TK program and continued to work there through Zoom after March 19th. Isamar also brings a sense of calm when she works with children. She was able to lead some of the Zoom group meetings with the children and did so with confidence. Her master teacher feels she is a natural with children. Isamar is transferring to CSUN with the hopes of teaching in the primary grades. Some of her strengths with children are gentleness and thoughtful responses in conversation. Children feel extremely comfortable around Isamar. And I have to say, anyone that's going into elementary ed, if you have the foundation of early childhood education, you are going to be a stellar primary teacher. Congratulations, Isamar. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. Our next graduate is Sabrina. Sabrina was a student in my spring 2018 CD22 class, as well as several other classes. She completed her fieldwork at Caterpillar Cottage. Sabrina has a passion for this field and for learning. She has worked with children who have special needs and has a heart for infants and toddlers. She is full of ideas and looks to best practices to guide her planning. She has a hunger for knowledge. Some of her strengths with children are her ability to listen and to follow a child's lead in play and discussion. We wish her well in her future endeavors. Congratulations, Sabrina. It's so nice to see you graduating. All right, Delmy. Delmy was a student also in my spring 2018 CD22 class as well. She completed her practicum hours at Purist Child Development Center with teacher Melissa. Delmy has a quiet presence and values the importance of observing. The observation serves her well when she interacts with children. Her learning hands were truly reflective of what children were interested in. One of the things I remember about Delmy is the first time I went in to see her, she was just very quiet and kind of sat back, and I was a little, hey, get in there. What I realized about Delmy is that she was getting in there, but she was getting in there through observation. And the next time I came back, she was on it. She's one that takes it all in, and then once she figures out what they need, she puts it all out there. I am very, very proud of Delmy. Delmy's transferring to CSUN this fall. Some of her strengths with children are her calm demeanor and gathering information to plan appropriate activities and communicate effectively with them. Congratulations, Delmy. All right, this is Krista. Now, Krista did not take CD22 at Pierce College. However, when I first got her name and it was rumored that she had me, I'm thinking, I never had this young lady. Of course, I haven't seen your picture yet. And although I didn't have the pleasure of having Krista in my CD22 class because she took it at Valley, I had her many years ago in my CD4 class. We haven't taught CD4 in 4 or 5 years. We don't even teach it anymore at Pierce College. Krista is taking most of her child development classes at Pierce or Valley College. She's planning on transferring to CSUN to become a special education teacher. And when I asked her what her maiden name was, and she said Krista Moffat, I went, oh, I remember Krista. The field of special education is going to be incredibly lucky to have you, Kristen, and I'm so glad that you were in my CD4 class many, many years ago. Congratulations. All right, our next graduate is Jessica Gonzalez. Jessica was in my fall 19 CD22 class. She completed her practicum hours at Koltivka Care Center with teacher Ashley. This was Jessica's very first experience in working with young children, and I really enjoyed watching her grow in confidence and her communication skills with children as the semester went on. Jessica brings a calm and quiet presence when she's interacting with little ones. Jessica is hoping to pursue work with children in the field of child development. Some of her strengths with children are kindness and respectfulness and understanding each child's individual personality. Congratulations, Jessica. Alrighty. Here's Ty. And Ty was another one that did not send me her picture, so she got a video one. This was Ty doing one of her video presentations for me, and does she look like the ultimate teacher? Look at that background. She's ready. Ty was also part of my Resilient Spring 2020 practicum class. Ty began her field work with teacher Liz at Weekday Preschool, and after March 19th, she worked with mentor Jackie Snow and myself. Ty is flexible, confident, and gives 110% when working with children. And I imagine that she applies that 110% with just about everything she does in life. Kai shows outstanding leadership skills and doesn't shy away from new challenges. Kai is also transferring to CSUN this fall to pursue a great degree in child development. Some of her strengths with children are her listening skills, her ability to create appropriate and meaningful curriculum, her energy, and her commitment to this field. Congratulations, Kai. It's been a pleasure. Alrighty, next one, another one that did not send me her picture, so she got a video snap. This is Christine Yazabel Mastiero. Christine is another one of my Resilient Spring 2020 practicum students. Christine worked throughout the semester, beginning face-to-face and continuing on Zoom with teacher Karen at the Purist Child Development Center. Christine is calm and kind when working with children. She has a passion and a curiosity to learn and takes initiative to help in classroom settings. She looks for feedback to improve her interaction with children and constantly wants that feedback so she can just make herself better. Christine is also transferring to CSUN this fall to major in applied developmental sciences and has thought about becoming a child life specialist. She'd be a good one. Some of her strengths with children are observation and reflection, which informs best practices. Congratulations, Christine. It was a pleasure having you. And I have to say, Christine's mom is a nurse, and so she would attend all of my classes. Her mom worked the swing shift at graveyard, and her mom was a day sleeper, and they had one room. So Christine would put on those earphones, and she'd type things into the chat because she couldn't talk because she didn't want to wake up her mom while her mom was taking care of all of our ill people in hospitals. So Christine, thank you. You went above and beyond. Alrighty, next graduate, Verzani. Verzani was a student in my fall 18 practicum class, and she's been in several of my classes as well. Verzani completed her practicum work at the Purist Child Development Center with teacher Heidi and was hired to work there and has worked there off and on throughout the last few years. Verzani has a gentle way about her and enjoys working with smaller groups of children. She has a natural curiosity and works hard to understand the field of early childhood education. Verzani and I have had many office chats, and I know she's popped into Professor Julius's office and Professor Snow's office. Verzani is a constant present and a loving presence in our offices in child development, and that's really great because a lot of people don't come to see us. But we can always count on Verzani. She was just there. So thank you, Verzani. Congratulations. We wish you well in your future endeavors. And my last graduate is Christina. Christina was a student in my fall 19 practicum class, as well as some other classes. Christina completed her practicum fieldwork at weekday preschool. Christina is comfortable and has a natural way with children. She understands the importance of listening and lets children take the lead in conversations. Her curriculum is based on what children are interested in learning. Christina is working at St. Stephen's Presbyterian School preschool in Santa Clarita. And she's also continuing her education at Cal State University Northridge. Some of Christina's strengths are her passion to nurture children, her joy in being with them, and her commitment to the field. Congratulations, Christina. I'm just so proud of all of you. And we are also proud of our graduates. And I found this little blurb and I posted it on our Facebook page, but I wanted to share it with you. And I know you can all read, but I like to talk, so I'm talking. Early childhood educators are more powerful than simply being good with children. Their real power is the ability to remember what it feels like to be a brand new human, to appreciate the magic in discovery, and to want to share that with children in a fun, positive, meaningful, and a lasting way at the same moment. And I have to say to all of my graduates and all of Professor Julius's graduates and all of Professor Snow's graduates and all of our graduates, this couldn't be more true. We thank you for being our future. You are the future, and you are going to make children. You're going to make that create a better future for our children, and that's so critically important, especially now. So thank you. And with that wonderful thought, I would love to turn this over to Professor Snow, who I have to give a huge thank you for. Professor Snow also is the one that kind of pulled this all together. We all contributed our bits and pieces, but Professor Snow was the bomb, and she is the reason that we're all doing this PowerPoint and all this cool stuff today. So thank you, Professor Snow, for all your hard work. I know how much time that took. So I'm going to stop sharing, and Professor Snow, unmute yourself and take it away.
Okay, there we are. So I am very pleased to talk about students that took me for CD22 and for other classes. I feel really lucky to be doing this with all of you today. I'm very proud of our graduates, and the ones that I'll speak about, I'm especially proud of. So this is Chanel Arteaga, and Chanel took CD22 with me a couple of semesters back, and she was placed with Angela Glucksman at Nestle, and it was a phenomenal placement for her. She got very comfortable with the children. She is gentle and respectful with children, and she is great at conversations. Funny with conversations, really a good listener, and is able to pick up on what they're saying and kind of go a little deeper. She did a great job at Nestle, and I also had Chanel in other classes, and I am thrilled to see her graduating. Congratulations, Chanel. This is Perla Ariana. And Perla took CD22 in this crazy semester, and she was in my small practicum work group after her placement at Weekdays closed because of COVID. And prior to this, Perla had taken other coursework with me, and I knew that she was just a phenomenal student, real leader with her peers in her cohort, and great with children, really in the right place. She is going to be moving on to CSUN, and she will be looking for work with young children once there's work to be had. Perla's long-term goal is to become a child life specialist, and I think she has the heart and the smarts to excel in that profession. She's just a team player and great with children. The other thing about Perla is that if you ever need someone who can make a terrific video, Perla is your person. Congratulations, Perla. This is Rima Abdudar, and Rima has taken several classes with me over the years, and her spirit and her persistence make her a really special student. She does not give up. And she is also a wonderful cook, and I know this because she took CD27 with me, and that was an advanced curriculum class, and we were doing a STEM activity, and we were doing a STEM activity that was cooking, and she made the best hummus I've ever tasted, and I watched her make it, and I still could never do it in a million years, but it was unforgettable. Anyway, congratulations to Rima. This is Alyssa. Alyssa Di Benedetto took CD22 several semesters ago, and she was a successful practicum student at Coltipa. And she worked with our mentor teacher, Ashley Reynolds. Ashley was one of our former students as well. Alyssa is excited to be graduating, and she's going on to CSUN. She's currently working as a head teacher with 2-year-olds, and she loves doing that. She wants to finish her BA, and she eventually wants to work in an LAUSD or a Head Start program. She has worked really hard, and I am so happy to see her achieving her dreams. Congratulations, Alyssa. Okay, this is Nadia. Nadia is a student I'm not going to forget. Even though she took CD22 a few years ago, she had a very powerful experience that she shared with all of our class. She started the course, and when she started the course, she was working at a center that is not developmentally appropriate by any stretch, and she knew it. And so when I said, are you going to be able to take days off so you can go and do your field work elsewhere? She said, yes, I am. She was willing. So she was placed with Angela Glucksman, Professor Glucksman, and she left her full-time job 2 mornings a week so that she could volunteer. And in our meetings on Monday nights, Nadia would rave about what she was learning at Nestle. And she struggled with her full-time job, but she did eventually leave her full-time job. Today she works for Bright Horizons as a preschool teacher, and this fall she will be transferring to Ashford College for her BA. She hopes one day to work as a mentor or a family counselor. Congratulations, Nadia. This is Jasmine Guzman. Jasmine is a rock star student and tutor and mom. And I was very fortunate to have Jasmine in several classes with me, including CD22 and this semester CD65, which is our leadership class. I can attest to her intellect, her humor, her warmth, empathy for college students as well as for children. She is amazing. And she is also going to be going to CSUN this fall. Woo-woo! My alma mater. And she plans, I think all of our alma maters at some point, and she plans to be a preschool teacher for a lot of years. Those are lucky children that she'll be working with. Jasmine's long-term goal is to be a community college teacher, and those will be lucky college students that get to have her. She has worked extra hard for this accomplishment, and she encourages other young single moms to persevere. We are really going to miss Jasmine's smiling face on campus when we return to campus. Jasmine says, attending Pierce has given me the support and family that I did not know I needed. Congratulations, Jasmine.
Go, Jasmine, we love you.
This is Yancy. Yancy Hernandez de Leon did her field work a couple of semesters ago, and she is another student who is lucky enough to be placed at Nestle with Angela Kluxman. Yancy is going on to CSUN this fall, and she's going to be looking for a job working with children as soon as there are open schools with open jobs. She is a ray of sunshine. Positive, curious, respectful, and funny with children. She plans to eventually work as a lead teacher, and she also took classes with me, so I know she's going to be amazing at CSUN. She has a bright future in ECE. Congratulations, Nancy. And this is Melanie. Melanie has been a dedicated and hardworking student in several of my classes, and I am very lucky that she took CB22 with me this past spring. Melanie brings curiosity and humor with her everywhere she goes, and she was in Angela Glucksman's class. I know I sound like a broken record, at Nestle, and they got to be with her both before the COVID and then straight through, because Angela continued on with her class. She was amazing. And Melanie made some great videos and put her heart and soul into them, and you could tell. Let's see, she was on Zoom and on Seesaw. Melanie's going to CSUN, and I am very happy for her, and I will miss you, Melanie. Congratulations. This is Kayleen Juarez, and Kayleen was in my CD22 class this semester, and she was placed with our long-term time mentor, Jody Rubin. And that's where she was when the COVID virus hit and Jody Rubin's school closed. But Kayleen stuck it out and made the transition with Jody to Zoom. And it was a tricky transition, and Kayleen did it. Kayleen's kind of rocks. She's worked, though, for the last 3 years with middle school children. She likes teenagers. She likes middle school. So she's been working with children who are who have English as a second language in grades 6, 7, and 8, and she's good at it. And so she is planning to go to CSUN next semester, but she is going to get her MSTC, her multiple subject teaching credential. And I know she's going to be an inspiration for all the children and teenagers and tweens and everybody else that she works with. Congratulations, Katie. This is Jennifer Joby. I am very lucky that Jennifer has taken a couple of courses with me, and she also fulfilled her practicum teaching experience in my class. We placed her at Church of the Valley Developmental Preschool, and she became an integral part of the staff to the point where she was offered a job at their preschool at the end of her placement. But Jennifer is also an accountant, and she is a good accountant, and so she has been struggling over accounting, early childhood, and it's been a tough decision, but she is going in what we like to call the right direction. She is going to learn about early childhood education, and she's going to be going to CSUN, and her hope is to work with families of children with special needs, which she will rock at. She really will. She's going to be successful in whatever she attempts because she's bright and she's persistent. Congratulations, Jennifer. Okay, this little ray of sunshine is Myra Martinez. Myra completed her practicum hours in an LAUSD preschool program at Canoga Park Early Childhood Center, ECC. And that was a few semesters ago, and she currently works in an elementary school as a teacher's assistant, and she's also in the after-school program. So those are also really lucky children. She is going to transfer to CSUN, and she's going to get not only a bachelor's degree, but hopefully a master's degree in early childhood education. She's planning to work with children with special needs, or she may want to be working as a family consultant. Myra is a first-generation graduate in her family, and she hopes her youngest sister follows in her footsteps. I am so thrilled for her, and I am glad she will be working with children. They need her. Congratulations, Myra. Okay, this is Fatima Oblea Juarez, and Fatima has taken a couple of CD classes with me, including this crazy CD 22 this past semester. She is very lucky because she was placed with Amanda Olson, who thankfully worked with her practicum students and the children in her child care home, both before and during the changes in the classroom structure with COVID. Fatima is an enthusiastic person for children. She listens to them, she's curious, she is genuinely, authentically interested in what children are saying and doing, and that makes her very, very special in our field. She is going to go to, guess where, CSUN, and lucky CSUN that's getting all these great students. I know she's going to continue her excellent study habits and be very successful there. Congratulations, Fatima. This is Karen Rivera. Karen also completed her practicum experience with Amanda Olson. And I was very lucky because Karen took a few CD classes with me as well. And I'm very excited that she's going to attend CSUN and obtain a BA and then an MA in early childhood education. And I'm hoping that Karen will consider a doctorate because she has the chops for it. She is a great student. She's an exceptional student. And she's also wonderful with children. She's thoughtful, she's reflective, and I think she will go very far. Her plan is to be a preschool teacher, again, for a lot of years, get a bunch of experience, and then go work as a child development professor in a community college, which I have to tell you is a pretty darn good job. Congratulations, Karen. This is Giannina, and Giannina took field work with me several semesters ago, and at the time she was working at a different community college as a teacher's aide. Now she's working toward achieving her master teacher level permit on the California Child Development Permit Matrix, and she would like to eventually be a director, and I think she can do it. She is rightfully proud of her accomplishment today, and Tuesday when she graduated, and she says that she plans to teach with love and dedication to preschool children for a better future for them. We are very lucky, Janina, to have you in the field of early childhood education. Congratulations. Okay, this is Julia Rubinsky. Julia was placed with Angela Glucksman at Messel, and she was able to make the transition to working with Angela's class in both Zoom and Seesaw. Julia is a hard worker and has a warm and focused, interested, authentic way of working with children. And although the change in the platform from face-to-face to online distance learning was kind of tricky for most of us, Angela told me that Julia remained calm, very positive, never changed her overall amazing demeanor. And I saw that myself in classes as well. Julia will be transferring this fall, and I know she's going to work very hard to achieve her goals. Congratulations, Julia. Okay, this is Brenda. Brenda's amazing. When Brenda took CD22 last year, she was placed with Amanda Olson at Almost Home Family Childcare, and she's still there. She is transferring to Cal State Northridge this fall, and she's going to be pursuing her bachelor's degree. She is the epitome of a good student, of a good learner. She puts into practice all she's learned in college in her everyday work with children. She is an observer. She likes to watch children. She likes to watch the other teachers, and she likes to grow and see herself as a dynamic teacher, somebody who changes to be better. She's always trying to be better. She said, I want to teach all the children in the classroom the concepts of equality, diversity, respect, love, and creativity. It is interesting that the children learn from us, and I love that I learn just as much from them. Congratulations, Brenda. And this is my last student, but not my least student. This is Jennifer Zometa, and she also was in the quarantine class of spring 2020, and she did an outstanding job in her placement with Amanda Olson at Amanda's home-based child care center, Almost Home. Jennifer is going to CSUN, and she is going to be getting her degree not in early childhood, but in liberal studies, but that is okay. She is going for her, that's not just okay, that's amazing. She is going to get a multiple subject teaching credential, and she wants to teach, guess what? Kindergarten and TK. So we get to keep her in our field, and she gets to go on and do great things. She is also currently working with first graders in after-school care as a coach. So we wish you the best, and we wish you congratulations as well. So that is my incredibly amazing, wonderful group. And I am going to turn the Zoom over, here we go, to Dr. Alma Cortez, who is the fifth of our full-time professors.
Hi everyone, congratulations. I don't have much to say because it was so well said by everyone else, but we're going to end our celebration with the NAEYC Code of Ethics, Ethical Conduct, which many of you are, or all of you are familiar with. And for those who are unfamiliar, the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct helps us to inform, not prescribe answers in tough decisions. And it is obviously written by the National Association for the Education of Young Children. And so we're going to invite you to read it with us now as a way of thinking about how we are going to be holding ourselves to responsible behavior
and help us to resolve any ethical dilemmas that are encountered in our work with young children. So I believe Professor Snow is going to screen share the code so that we can read it together.
Yep.
Group.
Okay, here we go. You can unmute yourself and we can hear everybody, or you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, here it is. So if you want to unmute yourself, Alma, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we'll all, as I said, say it together. So we're happy to hear all of your voices for this final part of our celebration. As an individual who works with young children, I commit myself to furthering the values
Early
of early childhood education as they are reflected in the ideals and principles of the NHYC Code of Ethical Conduct. To the best of my ability, I will never harm children, ensure that programs for young children are based on current knowledge and research of child development and early childhood education. Respect and support families' task of nurturing children. Respect colleagues in early childhood care and education them in maintaining the NHYC Code of Ethical Conduct. Serve as an advocate for children, families, and their teachers in community and society. Stay informed of maintain high standards of professional conduct. Engage in the ongoing process of self-reflection, realizing that personal characteristics, biases, beliefs have an impact on children and families. Be open to new ideas and be willing to learn from suggestions of others. Continue to learn, grow, and contribute as a professional. And honor the ideals and principles of the NHYC Code of Ethical Conduct.
Congratulations, everyone. You know how on the music, if you watch something on television, they have all these people on the screen just like we do right now, and they all sing together and they're in perfect harmony? That was us just now. So I want to tell you that I got most of this recorded, but not all of it, and I apologize. I'm still on 2 devices and I had technical problems. I will make that available. If any of you took screenshots or anything like that, you can also put them on the Evite, and then we will be putting it on our social media pages. Do any of my colleagues still want to say anything? Professor Dulitz, Drellen, Dr. Cortez, Dr. Longmore?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say congratulations. We're very, very proud of you. Being the only male in this department, I don't know how much creativity I give you guys and so forth, but I teach Intro to Special Needs. And the beautiful part about this department is the multicultural diversity we have in this group, in this department always, every semester. I've been here almost 20 years now. And the one thing I want you guys to remember, graduates, is inclusion. Everyone in this room, we belong. I need you guys to believe in that and embrace it. And all the children that you teach with your creativity, I want you to pass it along to those children because they're the future. We're going through some tough times, as we know, this past 4 months and many years now. But I want you guys to be proud of yourselves. And we're always here. Your personal, your education, your professional endeavors, always come back to us. We're here to help you guys succeed. And congratulations to all of you, the class of 2020.
Thanks, Cal.
Can I say something too? Some faces I haven't seen because I mainly teach in the evenings. But those of you I do recognize, congratulations to everyone. I always tease I'm one of those sick people that loves my job. And so I look forward to coming to work, and I look forward to, hearing from you and your lives and your stories. And I am honored to have been a part of your educational journey. And I always tell all my classes at the end of our classes that we should all be lifelong learners. So it doesn't matter if you are in an institutional setting, a classroom, wherever. You should always see every opportunity in life to be a learning experience. And so I hope you take that and do that in your life. And again, I was honored to have been a part of your educational journey. So thank you.
And Heather.
Thank you, Professor Christensen. Professor Gradich, Professor Glucksman. Any interest in?
I'll say that. I'm just super excited to be a part of this. I know I've had a lot of you in my classroom, and I am so grateful for that. I learned as much from you as you learned from me. So I am so proud of all of you for going out into the field. Our field is so lucky to have this group going out. I mean, I can't believe how many of you are going to CSUN. They're going to be blown away. I'm just so excited for every single one of you going to CSUN or not going to CSUN, wherever you are. And I always tell my preschool students and my college students this, and I think we all feel the same way. Once I'm your teacher, I'm always going to be here for you. So you guys have my email, and I know that, all the other CD professors feel that way too. So just keep in touch. We are so excited to see the places that you guys are going to go. So congratulations.
Thank you. Professor Gradich, and I see Professor Olson too.
Okay, so I know this is going to start to sound repetitious because we are all so grateful to be here and so grateful to be a part of your journey and your jobs, and so proud of you. It is so exciting for me to see all of you and think back of all the moments and conversations that we've had over the years, and to see you moving on to the next step of your journey. I'm really excited that so many of you are moving on together, and many of you are going other paths, which is going to be exciting too. I went Pierce to CSUN and then came back to teach, and so hopefully we'll see some of you coming full circle back again. And I really do want to remind you, continue to support each other, reach out and make those connections. I made some of my closest friends back at Pierce and went through CSUN with them, and came back to Pierce with them. So I think these connections that you've made with each other, with us, are really important, and we look forward to hearing back. And we really do authentically want to hear back about what you do in the future, because we are so excited and so proud of all of you. So congratulations.
Thank you. We're really lucky because we have 5 full-time that are, my 4 colleagues are amazing. And then we have these amazing, wonderful 10 to 20 year people that are our adjunct. We're really super, super lucky, and we have an amazing department chair, Professor Gillis. Anyway, thank you all for coming to this. Please do stay in touch with us, and I hope the rest of your day and weekend and week and summer is marvelous. Give yourselves a hand.
Congratulations, Pierce.
And I will leave this open till you guys are gone, but I won't. But the program part is over. So bye.
Thank you.
We love you, everyone.
Bye.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Dance party? Anybody?
Dance party. Who's got the music?
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Hi, Asher. Keep it
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Bye.
Professor
Dole. Where'd Diane go? Diane's gone.
Bye-bye, Farzana.
Bye, to the snow.
Karen,
Let's do 9 more.
So,
Bye, Sunny. Oh,
good to see it.
congratulations, my love.
Amazing to think about you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Where's my dog?
Karen.
Karen.
I know, but wait.
Oh, Karen.
Oh, I see you all. This was fun.
It was Lila.
Yeah. That is what we needed. Yeah. Hi, Sabrina. Hi. That was the other thing, though. I didn't get to see everybody. Oh, look how cute you are.
Oh, you know. You do not have to do.
You said you have so much to do?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Don't let her give you that, Professor Snow. Oh,
They are too cute. Are they dressed up in tutus?
No, not today.
Okay.
No.
All right, guys, have a good summer, everybody. Marianne,
Coming, Cal.
posted your grade, Marianne. Glad to be part of it. You made it. Got a little scared there, I know. No, I'm just No, I'm just have fun. Have a good summer, everybody. Good part of this. Violet, thank you. Good job, guys. Gals, I mean gal.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Karen. Take care.
Bye, Karen.
I just wanted to say thank you all so much for everything you taught me, and I hope to do you proud at CSUN.
Oh, you will.
You will, Sabrina.
No doubt.
No worries.
Creative.
All right, enjoy your summers. Hopefully.
You too. Take good care. Bye.
Oh, stop recording, Mike.
I was telling you guys, this is... Okay, wait. All right, stop recording.
I have messed up a few recordings.
The future is now.